You are listening to the Cattle Call podcast. This is the place where computer-aided design and drafting meets humor and practicality, with a touch of business acumen thrown in for fun. Jim and Rocco, the owners of Zentech Consultants, the premier U.S. technology consulting firm for architecture, engineering, construction, and manufacturing, discuss the fascinating world of CAD with some humor and some honesty. The Cattle Call podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Cattle Call podcast with Jim and Rocco from Zentech Consultants. I am Jim, your jovial and entertaining host, and with me, as always, is my partner.
Entertaining how? Like, what do you mean by that? This is Rocco.
This is Rocco. What do I mean? That's what I mean. Because you see what he gives me, folks? He gives me these one-word answers. I'm Rocco. I'm right. Mr. Grump over here. He's going to ask me about whether I'm entertaining and jovial. But you see, because you have
reminds me of what was that movie where the guy? I'm funny. What do you mean I'm funny?
Funny? You jump at you. What do you mean? What, I amuse you? What am I, like a clown? Was that a Goodfellas? And I can't tell you the rest of it because this is a PG-13 show. Oh, that's great. That's a great show. I love that. I love Pesci and anything. Guy entertains me to no end. But it's still not going to get you out, Rocco. Talking about a good movie, you're still going to have to suffer through the engineering joke of the week, just because you're a grump. All right. Ready for this? Did you know?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Did you know that computers have been around for far longer than most people think? Archaeologists have actually discovered and traced them back all the way to Adam and Eve. Do you believe that? Yeah, apparently they owned an apple. Huh? But it had but here's the thing. It had very very limited memory though. It came with only one byte, and after that everything crashed. Huh? I thought a good Italian Catholic boy like you would enjoy that one. What an awful joke. All right, folks. So let's get into today's program. So today I want to talk about using more than one CAD system in your office, and in particular, I want to focus on why folks should be looking to add at least a few seats of BricsCAD into their design environment, and we'll get a little bit into the how-to on that as well today. Now, look, I do not doubt that at least a few of the folks listening are already shaking their heads saying that, the last thing I want to do is introduce another software into an already complex design environment, right? And you're not wrong. And you guys know, if you listen to the show regularly, you know that I am a big proponent of keeping things as simple as possible. And I almost never recommend adding software for the sake of software. The reason that I want to talk about bringing BricsCAD into your environment is that for 95% of users, it requires no training or setup of any kind. It lets people open and work in the DWG files that you're already using with no conversion and no type of consistency issues at all. And the other real big benefit is that all the basic tools and features and functions that most of us use on a daily basis are exactly the same and in the same exact place as they are in your current AutoCAD environment. And now, fairly, you guys may be asking, well, if I already have it in AutoCAD, why would I want to add another system to complicate things? And that's a fair question, and that is really what we're going to focus on in today's show. So, Rocco, let me start this with just general awareness of BricsCAD in the market today. Do you find that you still need to tell people in the design world about BricsCAD, or that most people at least familiar with it at this point?
There's still a lot of awareness that needs to be created, and these are the discussions that we have with the folks at Brics pretty often. There are certainly people that have heard of it, but Autodesk dominates the market here in the U.S., right? We all know that. But Brics is more widely known, throughout Europe and other parts of the world, right? So because so many people use Autodesk products here, there's definitely an awareness, heavy awareness that we do in pushing BricsCAD, and that's part of why we're doing what we're doing today, is
There
talking
you go.
about it.
There you go. Talking about it's always good. All right, so I'm going to start with really, I guess, the most basic reason why I think people need to incorporate BricsCAD into their offers, and it is cost, plain and simple. That's what we're all interested in. A seat of standard AutoCAD, it costs $1,955 per user per year. Not a bad price. But the thing is that a matching seat of BricsCAD Pro, which has almost identical tools and functionality, costs only $677 per user per year. That is a $1,278 per seat savings year over year. So yeah, it's absolutely worth at least considering shifting to a few seats of BricsCAD. And note, guys, I am not recommending making a full shift away from Autodesk here. And that's because, many of us absolutely need the power of, the advanced Autodesk vertical systems that overlay on top of our AutoCAD. There's a reason, like Rocco was saying, there's a reason why Autodesk is the king of the CAD hill. And it's because they put out really great products that help us all get our work done efficiently and well. Right. And even, people who get annoyed at, the prices and the licensing restrictions that Autodesk lays on us, everybody will admit that they do put out really good products. BricsCAD Pro is a great product too, but it really is just a one-to-one match for basic AutoCAD. It doesn't have all the advanced, architectural and civil and mechanical tools that you can get for AutoCAD. So it doesn't always meet the needs of your advanced design staff, right? Your senior guys. I think where it does play really well, though, is in two arenas, right? The people who use just basic AutoCAD regularly on a day-to-day basis, and those of us who only need to open and review and print drawings occasionally. And right now, right, you're paying that full AutoCAD cost for every single user, right? Whether they need those advanced design tools or not. And I think, by giving BricsCAD seats to those kind of limited users, so to speak, you can maintain full file compatibility and functionality that everybody already, knows and understands, but you can save tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. So, Rocco, when AutoCAD users, right, first, take a look at BricsCAD, what's their initial reaction to the tools and the features built into BricsCAD?
Yeah, it's funny when we reach out to people and we ask them how's the trial going. Um, I can't tell you. I just hear over and over again, my God, this is AutoCAD.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is funny how identical they are, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, and so folks like it. I mean, look, there's more to it than just a similarity of AutoCAD, right? And we're going to get into the more of the features into the second half, but yeah, it's even the migration away from AutoCAD and into using BricsCAD or using both, which is what we're talking about here. It's the learning curve is not as steep as you might imagine.
Yeah. And kind of, along those lines, what I kind of want everybody listening to understand is that anybody who can use AutoCAD can use BricsCAD with literally no training, right? All the tools, all your keyboard shortcuts, your plotting processes, and so on, they're identical in both systems, right? Like Rocco was saying, if you have people who are doing basic drafting, or if you've got engineers or project managers who are just opening files for review and occasional printing, you absolutely need to look at replacing their AutoCAD seats with BricsCAD, right? Another huge positive, I think, to incorporating BricsCAD into your CAD environment is that, unlike Autodesk, BricsCAD still embraces the pooled network license concept. With BricsCAD, you can buy a pool of licenses, right? Host them on your server, and then put the software on every single user's system in your entire company. And BricsCAD will let anybody use the licenses, right, up to the number that you've purchased at any one time, right? And this is just another huge money saver, right? Particularly when you have people who are only going into your CAD system, once or twice a week or less. You don't need to keep, right, 20 AutoCAD seats for every engineer on staff when they only use it once a month. Right? Instead, you can hold 10 BricsCAD seats in a pool at a fraction of the price, and then those people can share those 10 licenses. I'll put it like this: if you do the math on that 20 engineer team, right now, if you're using AutoCAD, you're paying $39,100 a year for your named individual Autodesk seats versus $13,500 for the same 20 full seats of BricsCAD, right? If you want to go that route. And you can get the shared network licenses for 10 BricsCAD seats that you can share among all those users for only $10,155. That price difference, that's staggering. It's less than a third for the same functionality. So Rocco, and when you're talking to people, I guess my question is, do you find that pricing, I know I kind of hit on it a lot in this half, but do you find that pricing is what moves most people towards BricsCAD, or is it more the flexible licensing or the functionality that they see in BricsCAD? What's the driver there?
It's all of the above, really. Every user has a different reason for why they buy, and it's not just about pricing. I mean, some people, let's face it, are just so frustrated with Autodesk that they want to get away. You've got your startup companies that are looking to people that leave their jobs and want to start their own companies and in the engineering field, and they're familiar with BricsCAD, and they say, well, when I'm going to pay all that money for AutoCAD, I need to save money, so let me go with BricsCAD. Some folks move because or purchase just because of the pure power that BricsCAD brings. I mean, a lot of folks complain that AutoCAD really hasn't added much in the way of new features in the last couple of years, and so they love the tools that are incorporated, particularly on the 2D end when it comes to BricsCAD. So everybody's got a different reason, and it's not just price.
Fair enough. All right. Tell you what, folks, let's take a quick break here to let our sponsors get a word in. And when we come back, I want to talk about the functionality, right, that we're just talking about for both of these systems and how to decide which one you need and for whom you need it. All right, so stand by, folks. We'll be back in just a minute with more of the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody. Today's episode of the Cattle Call Podcast is brought to you by ZenTech Consultants. That's Rocco and I. We're bringing ourselves to you. Aren't we nice? So we wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the things that we offer at ZenTech Consultants. In particular, we wanted to talk to you today about our offerings around developing and upgrading your CAD standards. We are here to help you guys with all of your CAD standard needs, from ongoing drafting and design support to block and library development, full CAD standards development, right, CAD version upgrades, really whatever it is that you guys need when it comes to developing, implementing, and tweaking your current CAD standards. Or like I said, if you don't have any yet, we can help you build them from scratch. So Rocco, why don't you tell all the good folks how they can reach out to us and start that conversation?
Yeah, there's a lot of information, people, on our website, zentechconsultants.net. That's ZENTEK consultants.net. Or you can give us a call, 866-824-4459, or even drop us an email, sales@zentechconsultants.net.
Ooh, nice. CAD standards from ZenTech Consultants. You're listening to the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Cattle Call Podcast. We're talking about incorporating BricsCAD into your current design environment. And in the top half of the show, we discussed the business and cost benefits of using BricsCAD. And in this half, I want to get into the positive features of both AutoCAD and BricsCAD, and where I think they each excel, and why you're going to want a mix of both systems instead of just going all one or the other. So let me start with AutoCAD, right? And say that I am and have always been a huge fan of its capabilities. I literally started my career by moving off the drafting board and onto AutoCAD, way back in the late 1980s. Yes, folks, I am that old.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like ancient.
Jeez.
My computer's almost as old as Adam and Eve's. Um, Look, yeah, I moved on it way back then, and I actually have not stopped using it since. I mean, it is on my computer right now at this moment, and it likely always will be. AutoCAD is the best known CAD system out there, and most people in the design industry know how to use it at least passingly well. And I think I touched on another one of the benefits of AutoCAD in the first half of today's show. It integrates flawlessly with other Autodesk programs, or what we call verticals, right, for advanced design and analysis. And that stuff is vital for a lot of us, right, for our advanced design staff. And that's why I don't recommend moving away from Autodesk completely. Their saturation into the design side of the civil, architectural, mechanical, and other industries is pretty much unparalleled. And most of us will need to maintain that functionality at some level. While BricsCAD, on the other hand, it's an outstanding drafting system, right? It has some really, really nice tools for advanced design, but they're more generic, and if you try to go the 100% BricsCAD route, you're probably going to wind up looking for, plugins and add-ons and other systems to handle your vertical design and analysis needs, which right away it starts to defray all of the cost savings that you got from going to BricsCAD, right? Look, BricsCAD is really the best fit for, folks who are doing simple drawing creation and drawing review. And I will say that it is probably a better system in that arena than AutoCAD is, because that's BricsCAD's main area of focus. And they've spent a lot of time developing 2D drafting and design productivity tools that really do outstrip anything I've seen added to AutoCAD in at least a decade. BricsCAD has pretty much every single tool that AutoCAD currently has, but it has even better features in that 2D drafting arena that just don't exist inside of AutoCAD. So, Rocco, when we get into doing the demos and working with folks, and we show them the advanced 2D drafting tools and stuff in BricsCAD, do they see them as like really useful things, that they can use on a regular basis, or is it more of a, well, I guess that'd be nice to have kind of thing?
No, they're definitely powerful capabilities. Particularly when we're showing it to people that are coming from AutoCAD or have used AutoCAD in the past. I guess if it's people that are starting to work with CAD from scratch, which is very, very few, they're not as impressed, right? Because they kind of expect it in the technology. But if they're making the change, they're definitely impressed.
Okay. All right, folks. So let's do this. Let me give you guys a few examples, I guess, of excuse me, the tools in BricsCAD that I really like that just don't exist in any other system. One tool that I really, really like is what they call their manipulator tool. And it's a real simple pop-up, right, that appears immediately when you click on any item in your drawing, right? And you just click on anything, instantly the manipulator tool shows on it, and it will let you do a myriad of things. You can move, you can copy, you can rotate, you can mirror any item that you've selected in both 2D and 3D, which means, it's got some real integrated, easy ways to kind of work and change the layout from any given point on your object without needing to go and run all those other commands. Right? And I know that sounds like a small thing, right? But it's an incredible time saver when you're drafting and running thousands of commands every day, man, it shaves a ton of time off of your work. BricsCAD also, I love this, it has the ability to let you pick any two items on your screen, right? Pick two items, and it will automatically show you the distance between those items, right? And you can change that distance just by typing in a value. I find it's just an absolutely fantastic way to move and align things, against the wall, or to make sure you're getting sufficient clearances, etc. It's amazing. I love that feature. BricsCAD also uses what they call their quad tool, which gives you all of the most probable and potentially possible editing and item manipulation tools that you're likely to need as a pop-up at the crosshairs, right? When you hover over or select on any object in your drawing. And it will even change the tools that it shows you, right? In this kind of expanding out little toolkit, depending on what you're hovering over, right? So, if you're hovering over, a polyline, you're going to get line editing tools and trim and offset and break rate tools like that. And then if you're hovering over a block, it's going to give you, attribute editing and block editing features, tool palette things, right, for those symbols and so on. It's an intelligence structure that figures out, what that item is and what you're most likely to want to do with it. Which kind of leads me, I guess, into the one other thing that always impresses me about BricsCAD is that they have been really, really early adopters. So they're several years into this now in their integration of AI, artificial intelligence, right into this basic drafting system. As a great example is they have two tools. They call them copy guided and move guided. And they let you either move or copy any items in the drawing and have their source location automatically cleaned up. In other words, what I mean by that, so picture this. If you need to move a door that's in a wall, right, from the left side of the room to the right side of the room, you just use the move guided, and it will move the door to the new wall. It'll trim out the door opening, add in your header, right? And then it will go back and the AI will clean up and close out the original location that you moved it from with two nice clean wall lines. Okay, automatically. You just move from here to here and it does all the other work, right? And you can do that with just about any type of basic item in BricsCAD with blocks, lines, arcs, circles, so on. It's a really simple but brilliant use of the AI system. So Rocco, do people see the AI tools like this as a serious benefit in BricsCAD? Or again, is it more of one of those, oh, that's kind of a cool, nice thing?
Oh, they love it. I mean, it's look, they say AI's and everything nowadays, right? And I guess it's got to be part of the CAD platforms as well. But the technology has to advance, and like I said before, they don't always see it in AutoCAD. So a lot of folks love what they're seeing in these tools that you're outlining here.
Yeah. I said, I wish I had these when I was doing production work back in the day. It made my life so much easier. All right. So, aside from the lower costs and better functionality in BricsCAD, the other reason that I recommend integrating it into almost all of our clients' workflows is that it works entirely with the native DWG file format. Both systems, both AutoCAD and BricsCAD, use the exact same version of the OpenDWG Alliance file format. So there is no need for any kind of conversion or any danger of data integrity loss when you're opening files between either CAD system. I can go ahead and I can open up and I can edit a drawing in AutoCAD and save it and close out. And then Rocco can open the same file 10 seconds later in BricsCAD, edit and save it. And then I can just open it up and plot it out in AutoCAD again with no issues or problems. We don't need object enablers, and we don't have to worry about, which version are people using and so on. And BricsCAD is also fully compatible with all older DWG files as well, right? So, if you've got old archive files from 1996 you need to open up and edit or look at, yeah, BricsCAD will do that, no problem, just like AutoCAD. And along with that file format integration, BricsCAD Pro runs all of your current list files, same way AutoCAD does. It lets you use the exact same STB and CTB files for plotting. And even the plotter configurations themselves that you have built in AutoCAD today can just be used. Both systems are so similar that you can literally use almost every tool you have today in AutoCAD just by pointing BricsCAD to the same folders on your network or in your cloud. Just say, hey, BricsCAD, that's where all of our drawing or our details are, or our plot files and CAD standards are, and it'll just use them. Okay. All right. So Rocco, we'll give you the last sales pitch here. How about this? So if people want to buy or if they want to learn more about how BricsCAD can work in their organization, how do they reach out to you and put you to work?
Yeah, well, for one, I mean, Jim did a great job of explaining the.
Oh, I did something great, and it's on recording. So see, I did a good thing. I did a good thing, and Rocco said so, and you all heard him.
Don't let your head get so big.
My head gets any bigger, I won't fit through the doors. Sorry, I didn't mean to
interrupt. So you could see. I mean, what I was trying to say before Jim completely threw me off track.
It's my job.
Was Jim did a good job of explaining, verbally, but you guys could see that we've got a lot of videos available right on our website. There's a lot of webinars that we've done. There's blogs that we do. So and better yet, you could even download a 30-day trial. It's a fully functional version of BricsCAD right off our website at zentechconsultants.net. And, if you guys want, we could even take some time and do a demo for you, a live demo, and kind of talk through things as well. So lots of options.
There you go. All right. So take our advice, folks. Anybody out there who has people using AutoCAD, or if you have people who you're paying even more for, right? If you've got seats of Civil 3D or things that came, you bought the AEC collection for everybody. And you've got people who don't really need all those tools that you're paying that money for. You need to get BricsCAD into your environment as well, right? For both the money and the efficiency savings that it can give you guys. So, and with that, we're going to call it a day and get out of here. And we will catch you next time, folks, on the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody. Today's Cattle Call was brought to you courtesy of Zentech Consultants. That's Rocco and I. Zentech Consultants works with design and manufacturing firms to help our clients purchase and implement the software that they need in these complex industries. We provide a single point of contact for clients to buy, develop, and learn the most vital software systems for your specific needs. Zentech strives to be your trusted technology partner from your initial needs all the way through long-term support and training for your entire staff. So Rocco, why don't you tell them how to reach out to Zentech?
All right, yeah, you can reach out to us through zentechconsultants.net. You can email us at sales@zentechconsultants.net, or you can even call us 866-824-4459.
Excellent. We look forward to hearing from you all.